And we're here again.
I think I'm going to start a motivational guru Instagram. I think I give a lot of good life advice.
It can't be worse than all the other ones. Episode 19.
It's even more impressive now that we do two. I kind of like doing two in a row.
Yeah, I do too. I feel
It's
like
nice.
I feel like we can organize it well.
Yeah,
I feel
nice.
like we curate well.
Well, when you move upstate, I'm going to come up once a month. I'll come up for a weekend, and we'll do a whole fight.
I mean, I'll still come.
We'll
still
record.
come down. It's just
That's a pain in the. But I wouldn't.
4 hours of fucking travel.
I wouldn't mind going up and visiting
Yeah,
my family up there,
yeah.
and we could just do.
Turn one.
We could do four.
Just turn one of your brother's rooms into a podcast
You
studio.
got one. It's the office. It's either an office or a baby's bedroom. It's perfect. Yeah.
A baby's bedroom. Is he having kids?
Well, when I built the house, it's like, you resell for the family. You have the bedrooms, and you have this. It's perfect.
Isn't the basement finished?
No, it could be, but no, It's not finished. It's
Got
a
it.
huge basement.
Yeah, I've been in it, not recently. But
Nice. Yeah. No, it's nice. It's beautiful. Yeah, we could do that. I'd come up. We record 4 episodes, 5 episodes.
yeah, just move all the equipment. Then I'll be just secretly recording without you.
I don't know. Nobody.
The unhappy hour.
No. Yeah, you can do your own podcast. Please take all the shit. There's less shit for me to keep in here.
Less things.
I could put so many things in that file cabinet drawer. Take all the stuff, and I'll come up once a month, and we'll record, and then we can get a little stewed up at night.
We just play hide the equipment from Bando.
Hide the equipment from Bando. The further we get from Metro New York, he'll never see it again.
There's no Apple tag anywhere to fucking find it.
No Apple tag anywhere.
Be like, I don't know what happened. We got robbed. The only thing they took was the podcast equipment.
That could be fun because then we're all there. We're eating, doing a little drinking, and then we can just be like, let's record an episode. We just throw it on. We just do it. We could record like 7 episodes in a weekend. At least 4.
Just let it record.
We could do it. Then
at least we become IRL streamers.
Yeah, that's
record our real life all the time.
That's it.
It
works.
Speaking of IRL streamers, do you know about this new trend where all these little fucking content creator streamers are trying to be Chris Hansen and playing To Catch a Predator?
I don't know about the trend, but I see the videos of you see them on people doing it online. Is that a trend now?
It is a trend now.
It's funny because I see
these guys are pretending to be children online and luring predators.
Yeah.
Well,
every time I see those videos, I think that could be fun.
a 20-something-year-old did it,
Yeah.
but instead he killed the predator.
Oh, well,
He wasn't like a famous streamer. He was just
a guy
looking
to kill pedophiles.
told his brother that he was going to do it, and then he did it. Yeah.
Well,
That was like the Alaskan Avenger. He did that.
yeah. Well, it only matter of times when someone is like unhinged and they just
I don't know, start unaliving people.
start killing people. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, it's
crazy.
Yes, that is crazy.
Yeah.
That is dangerous.
But it's very dangerous for these.
And I'm surprised there's no
That's like the comedian.
laws against that. Like you can just do that legally. Like you can go online, pretend to be a kid. I think it's great. Like, I think it's terrible.
I don't know.
You're like getting pedophiles arrested. Like it's fucking awesome, right?
Well, that's like the comedian
And that's like cool. Like the cops are just like, yeah, we'll be there, and you show them the evidence.
That's like that.
Sorry, he said, she said.
That's like that comedian that pulls the
rips the packs,
yes. So like the fucking the crazy fucking terrorist card.
Rookie. Let's
Dick
go.
Cheney rookie card.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go. Yeah. And he plays the game show with the predators.
Yes.
And if they answer the questions right, he doesn't call the cops, but he calls the cops anyway.
Yeah. So how does that, you call the cops and the cops come and then
I guess they take the person that committed the worst crime.
But they go.
Is it a crime to do? I don't know. I don't know how.
Well,
it
that's
works.
what I'm curious. Is it a crime to I guess it's a crime. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but is it a crime to think, what about if it's just a thing? We're no, Your Honor. It's a kink of mine, and it's just a thing we talk about. It's a role playing.
I'm doing the Lord's work.
Yeah, you just say it's role playing.
Yeah.
How do you prove there's no? It's an intent of a crime, right? But there's no actual crime.
I mean, how does Chris Hansen do it? Or did it?
Well, they had. Well,
remember we used to get stoned in North Carolina and watch back-to-back episodes of To Catch a Predator.
It's so good. Well, so
the guy's like, "Do you mind if I eat some pizza?" And he's like,
"Well, I guess it is a crime because the law enforcement has whole units where they just go out and pretend to be children."
Did you mean to send your penis to this 12-year-old girl?
Yeah, I guess it's I see why it's illegal. I guess so. I guess it is a crime in every state. Yeah, but isn't that considered
soliciting? What is
Is
it?
it not? But it's not entrapment. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know, how does it work? Like, do you meet people and do they meet potential pedophiles in like chat rooms? Like, are chat rooms still a thing? Like, where, like today,
I don't know where they're
like
TikTok. I don't know.
I'm a fake
Instagram?
teen. I'm trying to meet. We're trying to hop on the trend, find pedophiles.
Yeah.
How do I find a pedophile? How do I do it? What are the ways and means I go about finding a pedophile?
What kind of chum do you have to use in the water to attract a pedophile?
What platform? Like, what's the platform? How do they find other pedophiles?
I'm pretty sure that it's not one platform. I'm pretty sure
Is it like
you can find them everywhere. 'Cause I'm pretty sure they're on every site.
So like, but like Chris Hansen, they would get, because they would do it in conjunction with law enforcement.
Yeah.
Like, so I think so it would be law enforcement's thing to do, and they would use like really young looking adults,
right?
Like 19-year-olds who look 15 or whatever, and that's what they would use. So it would be real pictures, sending photos, nothing like explicit,
right?
Suggestive, but whatever,
right?
And that's what they would use. But that's like Chris Hansen. This is Dade County Sheriff's Department, like anti-pedo ring, like what's this guy in Ohio doing this for YouTube views? Like, what is he? How is he getting the pedophiles?
Yeah,
how they do it? It's interesting. What's the platform? Because I could see it's like, if you have like a girl, like
I'd like to know,
girlfriend looks young, we're gonna do a fake Instagram page, and you just wait.
Pretty sure that's
for guys to hit them up.
I'm pretty sure these content creators, that's what they're doing.
That's what they're doing.
Twitter or Instagram or TikTok or something.
If that's the case, it's probably super easy. If you're like a good looking girl, there's creeps in your DMs.
Oh, 100%.
Without doing anything.
100%.
Without having to do anything, you're just going to get DM'd by dudes all the time.
Gross.
So I guess it's probably pretty easy. You just got to have like...
With AI now?
Well, yeah. Well,
just go to ChatGPT, catch me a predator?
That's especially, I guess, with the AI. Well, so there's your answer. How do you do it? Well, you just make a page and...
A fake profile.
AI of just like a good-looking 16-year-old or whatever, young girl. And you can just do that and just fucking... try to lure creepy dudes in, I guess.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's like, a bunch of these streamers like catch them and then they hold them down until the cops come. It's like physically hold them down.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess so.
There's other pages that are dedicated to that. Listen, there's something for everything. Like, all right, so there's like pages dedicated with that's literally on TikTok or like YouTube or whatever. That's literally all they do.
They like catch pedophiles.
But so like that's like, you know, those like
the page who exposes bullshit entrepreneur fucking gurus like that for pedophiles.
You know the audit pages?
No.
Where they audit like public workers.
Okay.
So they go into like the post office and they're like filming and they're like very abrasive and like I'm exercising my constitutional right. And like the cops come and they try and like catch them to and they're just like complete dickheads. Like the one guy who's like,
I see the guy does like sued the NYPD about like filming in a lobby.
So that guy, Long Island Audit, whatever. His name is Sean.
Okay.
Right. He's from Long Island. He has a criminal background.
Does he?
Yeah. I was like, that guy's ballsy as shit the way he talks to people and the way he acts for having like a criminal background, but whatever. That's not the point. But like that like antagonist fucking videos, I just hate it. They're like instigating like and people are like, you're doing the Lord's work. Like, fuck those cops. And it's like, dude, like their job's hard enough. Like you shouldn't be filming their personal cars because it's in a public parking lot. Like,
it's
go away, bro.
It's like, we get it. Yeah, I don't
beat it.
Yeah, it's like I get like why it's like, you know, a constitutional thing and be like, you condone exercising my rights, but like, why are those like, I can do that, but like, why would I want to go to the police station and just film their cars?
Right.
Like, just exercising my, you're a fucking tool.
No, like,
I'm
not filming private cars. I'm filming taxpayers' cars. I own these cars because I'm a taxpayer. Yet he always goes to like states like he's not a resident of, so technically he's not a taxpayer. I don't know.
I hate.
They're in my feed, and I watch them sometimes just to be like, why do you have to be so annoying?
They're like cringeworthy. Yeah, because it's like now. And then the cop's sitting there and he's like,
I'm an independent journalist. It's like, shut up. You're using an iPhone.
Like, fucking loser, dude. Like, you're just trying to start shit.
Right. There's like
about
18 lawsuits against
in regards of like specifics of constitutional rights. It's like, you can be here, but like
you're a tyrant.
why?
You're a tyrant. It's like, shut up.
Yeah,
bro.
it's like
you're a loser.
You can be here, but like why?
Yeah.
And you're just showing all the other mouth breathers on the internet, all this stuff that did, and then but again, then that's what leads to all of a sudden. Now there's a guy luring someone in and killing them instead of posting online. Then you get people showing up at police stations.
So that same guy, as his followers, they call the police stations and like threaten like to firebomb them and all that shit. And I don't want to perpetuate a rumor because I haven't substantiated whether it's true or not. But
it's probably false.
That guy actually has an arrest record, and his arrest record is he got a 14-year-old pregnant when he was 18 or 19.
Well, doesn't that always like seem to come out with all those like people like that? Somewhere down the line, it's like, oh, you banged a 14-year-old
when you were 19.
Yeah,
and you got her pregnant.
Yeah, it's like, come on, dude. It's always like a little
You're a
weird.
dirtbag.
Yeah, you're just like a dirtbag.
Right.
You're like the
And the job that you chose now is like
a dirtbag job.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit job.
I'm all about.
It's just like paparazzi. You know what I mean? Like
I'm all about exposing the system for corruption.
Yeah.
Like I love it. Right. I love anarchy.
Right.
I love seeing it all crumble. I fucking love what's going on in the world. Let it just crumble around us. I love it. But like, come on, dude. You're not doing anything good.
Doing the Lord's work.
You're just being a dick.
Yeah. You're just.
Like we all know cops are dicks.
You're just clout chasing.
We know a lot of cops. They're good people.
Yeah, I know. The majority, I know a lot of good cops.
A lot of good cops.
I know a
lot of dick cops.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of asshole dentists out there too. You know what I'm saying, man? Like why put it out there? Like this guy's just trying to do his job.
Yeah.
This guy got you get this cop. He's getting his balls definitely getting his balls broken by his wife, and he's a cop, so probably has an ex-wife that he's getting his balls broken by. Right, getting milked every week, dealing with the bullshit. I hate this shift I'm on today. Now you got to deal with some guy in the lobby feeling like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to just stop.
Yeah. You're in the courthouse and they tell you can't film in there, and you're like, it's a public building. I can film there.
It's like, what do you want to
go do something?
Just go do something else, bro. Expose real government corruption.
Right.
Put that same big dick energy you're doing into like filming in a lobby.
Right.
And put that into like exposing actual corruption.
Like Tucker Carlson interviewing Putin.
Why not? Why are people so bent out of shape about that?
He's been interviewed by mainstream media before. It's not like he hasn't done interviews.
Oliver Stone literally just made a movie 3 years ago, like a 3-part HBO series where he's in Russia. And it's like a 3-part interview with Vladimir Putin.
Right. NBC just interviewed him in 2016.
He's a world leader. He's a world leader.
Bro, they are trying. Why are they trying to hinder this being released? Like it's Tucker Carlson's a traitor. How? He's a journalist.
He's a journalist.
Why? Because he doesn't work for mainstream media anymore? Because what?
It's really just like
it's really curious to like you don't want to hear other people's point of views. Of course I do. Of course I want to hear what his stance is. Which I saw a portion of it was an old interview, and it was like through Russian media, and he was like, "Why wouldn't we have a problem?" He goes, the United States is putting up armory and missiles on our borders. He goes, if we did that on the Canadian-U.S. border or the Mexican-U.S. border, he goes, what would their response be?
Yeah.
And he goes, and Mexico and the U.S. have never had territorial issues. People don't, they forget? Yeah. California and Texas used to be Mexico. Like
most of the Western United States was Mexico. Everybody just forgets that.
And you're like, yeah, that's exactly what he said. He goes, people forget. He goes,
and that happened like relatively recently, like with what I'm like, not like thousands of years ago.
And the agreement from years ago with Russia was Ukraine would never join NATO. They wouldn't invade Ukraine. Ukraine wouldn't join NATO.
Yeah.
And they've been pushing for Ukraine to join NATO.
We've been reneging. We've been poking the bear for a long time.
Yeah.
We've been poking the bear.
And mainstream media is such a bunch of liars.
Well, you know what?
I follow this new TikTok page. And it's called Hunter Biden's laptop.
Yeah, is it awesome?
It's awesome. So Nevada had their Republican primary vote.
Yeah.
And they didn't have Trump on the ballot.
Nevada.
Okay. So Nikki Haley had 34%. Right? So she was the highest actual candidate.
Yeah.
But 61% went to
Biden.
None of them.
None of who?
That was 61% of the voters voted for none of the people on the ballot.
So who do they vote for?
They wrote in.
Just wrote in? Just like random?
They didn't say who they wrote in, but it's probably Trump.
I I'd imagine.
So Hunter Biden's laptop it goes, Nikki Haley's so successful she can't even win against none of them. That's a funny page.
That's bizarre because I would, I guess I feel pretty stupid, but like Nevada just traditionally votes Democrat. Like they have a large Democratic like backing that they would take Trump. Like I get why the Colorado would do that. It's just like a liberal state, right? But like Nevada's not very liberal.
I don't know.
Well, no, I guess Nevada.
I guess Nevada could be a swing state,
Nevada
right?
is a liberal state. I mean, as far as like things go, it's not like
No state income
traditional
tax,
conservative values.
A lot of people from California are moving out there.
A lot of people go to Nevada.
Yeah.
My our friend John, his parents just retired. They fucking love it. Yeah. They're in Nevada, like 30 minutes from Vegas, like one of these new, things that they just build in the desert, right? And they love it. It's cheap there, dude. It's cheap. You can go buy a nice house in Nevada and Vegas for cheap, but you live in fucking Las Vegas. It's a filthy city.
Yeah.
You ever been like around Vegas?
Yeah.
Like
it's
not the Strip.
Oh, outside, like outskirts?
I went for that job interview a million years ago.
Like where they still bury bodies?
Just like where you got to go if you live in Vegas to get fucking groceries.
Where all the old mobsters are buried?
Bro, it is a filthy city.
Yeah.
I got picked up off the Strip. I was hanging out with our friend who lives out there. We're driving around. I remember I went to this gas station. It was still like just the strangest experience I've ever had. Because you could just gamble everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? So there's just hope and despair all over the city.
Ugh.
Like the Strip is just people, the boys going for a party in Vegas or the girls.
Drinks allowed on the sidewalk and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you go to like just, the regular area. It's like leaving Times Square, then going to like the Bronx, like the boroughs, right? Except there's no culture and it's
like
just
Atlantic City, just bigger.
Filth, dude. It's just like a town of people who like lost everything and now just smoke crystal meth. Mm-hmm. It's weird, dude. Mm-hmm. It's weird. It's gross. It's a dirty city. Yeah, to think I was actually going to move there. What would my life be like if I took a job in Las Vegas?
Nuts.
I definitely would have.
Especially at that time.
I would have just.
What was that like? The George Clooney backed fucking.
The area resort.
Yeah.
I was going to go work there. I undoubtedly would have had a kid with like a stripper or something. Definitely. She
would have been like an 11 though, but.
An 11?
Yeah.
The stripper?
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Oh, she would have been smoking hot.
Yeah, Vegas.
Yeah, she would have been smoking hot. I definitely would have gotten a smoke show pregnant.
Either that or you would have developed an affliction for prostitutes.
I would have just fallen in love with. I would have like gotten a prostitute to fall in love with me,
like a ginger from a casino.
I'd have still let her like do her thing.
Let her destroy your life.
Yeah, I would have just been totally okay with her seeing other customers still. Yeah, just like yeah. I probably would have turned into I probably would have had a gambling addiction.
Figure out a way to become the next Dennis Hoff.
God, dirty, filthy. I'm glad I didn't move to. I applied for the job and I got it, and then my dad's friend. I won't use his name. He's a great guy. He's in construction. And like back in the day, he went to jail. He was a partier and he went to jail for vehicular manslaughter. He killed somebody drunk and he did his time, whatever. And the guy's got crazy, thanks to my dad. Everybody loves to talk shit about my dad, but you know what? My old man gave him a job when nobody wanted to fucking touch him because he just got out of jail for literally killing somebody. That guy's got a fucking nice life out east now because you know what? Big Ted gave him a shot.
I know who he is.
You know who 1,000% know who he is. Probably know who his wife is too.
Yep.
Big deal.
Yep.
Big Ted gave him a shot, Mm-hmm. But yeah, I remember he said, he's like, go talk to your old man. And he's like a tough, he's like a grumpy, like tough guy.
Yeah.
He said, you're going to move to Vegas? So I'm thinking about it. He goes, people like me and you, we can't live in Vegas. Just like straight up, like not a guy, like not an emotional guy. Don't give advice. Like, how you doing? Thinking about and I was like, oh, and I really thought of it. I just had like all these flashes and I'm just like, you're probably right. Yeah. But I kind of wish I went. It would have been fun. Mm-hmm. My buddy moved out there years ago. He hasn't left. He just started a family in Vegas. I probably wouldn't have come back to New York.
Yeah.
I would have stayed in the West Coast. I always liked the West Coast. I always wish I lived in California for a little bit. I would have liked to have planted my feet there for a few years. Yeah. When I was younger. That would have been fun. I like California. Same with Manhattan. I never lived in. Every time I go into the city, I always say, I wish I lived here in my 20s.
I like living in Manhattan. I enjoy it.
I would have loved chasing tail in Manhattan in my 20s. Oh, God. Manhattan still had a really good club scene back in the day.
Still does.
Does it as good as when like
It's different.
like early 2000s?
It's different, but
It's
it's
well,
still good.
it's different.
Yeah,
it's still good.
It's still good.
But it's not like world class like it used to be.
It is.
Is it though?
Yeah, it depends on the venue, but yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Is it though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess I just have no interest in that stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true though, because I was talking about, we're going to all these concerts. I'm like, there's only so many fucking rock bands I want to go see. I'm like, I like house music. Like, I love house music. Love it. I was like, I'd like to go see someone play. Like, why not go see a DJ? It doesn't have to be some fucking band that's aging out.
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to go see a DJ. But I feel like you got to go to the specific venues. Otherwise, you have to go to some like EDM festival. And I don't want to do that.
I don't like festivals.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I don't like festivals in that regard. I don't like EDM
I'm
and
not a
house
huge
festivals.
festival of fans anyway. Like we're going to Rockville again. That's fun, but it's a lot. Like it's 4 days of like, it's a lot. But yeah, I think I'd rather just go to, but is it like different though? Because like in my mind, I'm like, I could go to just a concert in the city, drive in, smoke a little reefer, drive back, nice little dinner. But how am I approaching an EDM like I don't know, just some really good DJ at like Brooklyn Bowl or whatever that big
Brooklyn Mirage.
Brooklyn Mirage. Like I'm going to Brooklyn Mirage.
They're not going on until midnight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right?
So I got
it's open till 4 a.m.
I know. So it's a different.
You have to commit to that.
It's like a different
That's a
mindset.
real commitment. And then you're in the middle of fucking nowhere when you leave.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get Ubers. It's hard to get out of there. People get murdered there. They found like 3 people bodies in the like water next to.
Well, I'm not worried about getting murdered.
I know
but
that,
like,
but I'm just saying.
But then I think about all those things like, oh, I gotta go down. So like I can't
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, like
when
I
you
can't
think
even,
about it.
Like I can't even name like a really good like house
I know so
person that I would like think of like, oh, I want to go see them at Brooklyn Mirage. Like, let's do that. Like, I don't know.
I mean, they're Brooklyn Mirage is
Loud Luxury. I like Loud Luxury.
Okay.
Let's use them. Like, for me to like go to a Loud Luxury show at Brooklyn Mirage, I gotta like stay up till fucking midnight to go see them like perform. Like,
they won't even get on till midnight or 1 a.m.
Yeah, so that's
you can go in earlier. They open at like 9:30.
But even
there's DJs before
even
that.
Still, now like even on the early side, I got to go there at 9:30.
Yeah.
Like concerts are done at 9:30.
Yeah.
Like I'm hungry. Like, oh, where we go? Let's go get some Korean barbecue.
Yeah.
So like it's a different.
You gotta commit to it. That's
there's no way. So you're probably almost better off going to a festival. Because if you want to go during the day, there's literally bands, there's DJs all day long. So for instance,
let's take Electric Zoo, right?
And then you got Tiesto at 9 o'clock at night.
Well, let's take Electric Zoo, right? So that's the festival.
Yeah.
So all of those DJs after Electric Zoo, like it's a 4-day thing, whatever it is, the day wraps.
Yeah.
Around like 7, 8 o'clock at night. And then those DJs all do sets at Brooklyn Mirage. So the Izu after parties at Brooklyn Mirage, and it's all
That's probably more fun to go to.
But it's also
but then it's a
you're not gonna go there and be sober. You're gonna get fucked up. You got to get fucked up.
Yeah,
you can't do like house music and EDM.
Hey, what's up, bud? What time is it? Yeah, it's happening. Well, Eddie. Tell him to come back in a little bit because he can do stuff here.
Yo, he said come back in like an hour.
Yeah, you can do what you got to do. You're gonna do a thing, a live. Like, yeah, shut the door. Can you hand me my jacket?
Your what?
My jacket. I think I got my Zimbabwe's in there. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's cashmere. Fuck, I don't know. Yeah, so you got to commit. You got to commit and do a whole like late night thing, and I'm not. Maybe that's not for me.
It's a lot.
Maybe those days, I
don't recover. That's my biggest issue. Is not in that moment, right?
Yeah.
I can hang with the best of them in that moment,
of course.
But it takes me 2-3 days to recover. I can't do that anymore.
It's the recovery.
Like our young friend, I went and hung out with him last week.
Yeah, you can't.
And they were like getting crazy, and I was like, I can't do it. And he was like, "What are you?" He's like, "What are you, gay?" I'm like,
"No, I'm almost 40."
I was like, "Dude, like I don't have 3 days to recover right now. Like I've got too much going on."
Yeah, because it's not like I'll get down, I'll party, I'll party, but then it's like the next couple of days, it's a little rough.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of rough because it's not just like I'm not gonna go drink tequila. I guess I could just drink tequila all night at an EDM thing, but you need a little of that.
You need a little extra.
That little salt on the rim.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
lower those inhibitions. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to like do something to keep you dancing. You know, a little Tic Tac or something. I don't know. A little Blue Diamond, but yeah, you need a little. Yeah, the hangover's a little different than going to like a Hootie. I'm going to a Hootie and the Blowfish concert
When
this summer.
you said that, I thought of that GIF, the GIF or whatever it's called of Shannon Sharp drinking the Mountain Dew. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, you need a little of that.
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
you need that little pep.
Sometimes
extra pep.
Sometimes you need a little of that Mountain Dew. You know, like I went to a Slightly Stupid Sublime concert. I rolled 6 joints for that concert. I'm going to see.
Yeah, but what time do you get home? What time do you get home?
Oh, 9, bro.
Exactly.
You know, and then I'm old man with the 2 at the concerts. I'm like Big Ted. I'm like, you know, we went to Godsmack, the whole thing.
Leave early,
and then they come out and do a thing. Devin's like, oh, they're going to come out and do an encore. I'm like, we ain't gonna see it. Let's go. I'm just like, we can hear it on the way out, walking to the parking lot. I'm not staying. I want to be out. 7th inning. Let's go. Yeah. So maybe EDM.
Yeah.
EDM's not for me unless it's a thing where like you go to one of the festivals in Vegas and you go to Vegas for a weekend.
Yeah.
And then you go to like one of the nights and then it's probably more. Then I'm sure like a city like Vegas is probably crazy and there's DJs all over.
Well, I used to go to like Winter Music Conference every year in Miami.
Yeah.
And like that's like that. So like, but we wouldn't go to the festival. So they would have the day parties at the hotels, at the pools.
Yeah.
So we would do that instead of going to the Ultra Festival.
And then you just go to sleep at like 9 o'clock.
No. And
Just keep going.
just not go to sleep.
Yeah.
Be up for like 4 days. Go from there to like club space.
Yeah, so I think that's how I would have to do it. If I'm going to go, I'm not just going to go to like one show. It's going to be like, oh no, we're going to go to Vegas or we're going to go here. And there's a thing. And then you just, and that's nice too. Then you can just say like, nah, I'm not doing that for 4 days. And then you just disappear. And then you go to like a spa for a couple of days or go sleep. And then you just come back. And then, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I couldn't be up for 4 days straight. I couldn't do it. I'm like.
It was a long time ago. I could never do that.
Even in North Carolina, like I'm like, all right, time to regulate my breathing and go. Time to lower my heart rate and go to sleep.
Yeah.
And then you go, yeah, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
So maybe no EDM festivals.
No EDM festivals.
Yeah, maybe not. Unless it was something cool like, I don't know, what's that, like Boiler Room, that club in London. You see like all those, they're sick. Like they call like Boiler Room. Search Boiler Room sets.
Yeah, but Boiler Room sets are at different places. It's not one place.
It's not like one standard place.
No, because they have Boiler Room sets in Chicago. They have Boiler Room sets all over. Boiler Room, I think, is the production group.
Is it? I thought it was like a club in Europe. No, what the fuck do I know?
It's like Idris Elba had his Boiler Room, like, but that was at like a rooftop spot somewhere in London. And
Idris Elba DJs. The black guy?
Idris Elba is a big house music DJ.
Really?
Yes.
I had no idea. I had no idea.
You wanna hear one
I guess
of his?
I'm not that into house music.
Let me play one of his songs and you'll know it right away.
No shit. Yep. Now I like him even more. I like him as an actor. He makes good movies. He's a dope actor. They should have made him. I thought they should have made him James Bond.
I would have co-signed that.
When they wanted to make Bond woke and they got like a black lesbian, they should have just got Idris Elba and be like, that's the guy. That's Bond. That guy's Bond. I believe it. I buy that. Because you know that guy's fucking snapping necks and smashing and breaking backs. That guy's blowing out backs and cashing checks.
Yeah, that's actually how he got his start. He was a house music DJ in London before he was an actor.
Like Hodor from Game of Thrones.
He's a DJ?
Yeah, he's a big DJ. Yeah, Hodor, he's a DJ. That's like his thing, that he's been a DJ. Really? I think that would have to be like the move. Like if I'm going to go, I'm going to go to like, I don't think, maybe it's like you got to go to Europe and you go to some like cool fucking underground like tunnel club in Berlin, and you go to a weird like house,
Berlin,
yeah, like a weird Berlin
a safe word,
yeah, like a weird Berlin like sex dungeon like house rave. That'd be cool. I'd be down with that. You got to wear like a leather jumpsuit to get in. You got to go and dress up as the gimp. I'll find it on Spotify.
Hold on.
You don't know the name of the song?
I can't think of it off the top of my head, but
well,
I found it.
What is it? Is it going to affect a copyright infringement if we play it?
No.
There's a secret government conspiracy. Yeah, sounds like Rushmeyer's in the summertime. Yeah,
Yeah, it's Aegis right there. Fire.
Oh, I just love
Fire
house
track.
music. I love house music.
Yeah. Everything sounds cooler with an accent, though. You know, he's got the cool British accent,
Yeah, is
which brings me up. Everything's
he-
funnier in an Australian accent.
yeah,
So I saw this video, and it was like a cricket match,
yeah.
right? And I can't do the accent, obviously, but I'll let you do it.
Australian.
So someone hits like a ball, and
Yeah.
it hits someone's car. And some guy
like,
out
"Oh,
of nowhere is
fuck."
like, "Who the fuck did that?
Who the fuck
And
hit
he's
my car?
and he's like, "Who the fuck's gonna pay for this?" And then the guy's like, "No one's paying for it." But it's an Australian accent.
That's funnier.
It's hilarious.
My
Everything in
brother-
Australian is funnier.
My brother used to fake Australian accents to hit on chicks out in the Hamptons in the summer.
Phelps?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he pulls it off.
Yeah. Gordon?
Yeah, he looks like he could have been a surfer.
It looks like his name could be Gordon.
Yeah. We had convinced dumb strippers at my bachelor party that he played for the Rangers. Because he had the hair.
About that. He had the hair. He had the flow.
And then all of a sudden, like all these
Yeah,
girls
yeah.
started flocking. It's like, oh, he's a Ranger. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you dumb fucking, you
I
dumb,
remember that.
you dumb hookers.
I've done that so many times. We went to
Like, yeah, I play for the Knicks.
no, never me. I'm always like the manager or like whatever.
yeah.
But like we went to I went with a couple friends to like Orlando for
Yeah.
like Hollywood. What is it? Halloween horror at like Universal Studios. So we went to this like place called Dancers Royale, and it was Monday nights are bottle night, $50 a bottle.
Okay.
And if you don't finish it, they give you a co-check ticket, and you can drink it all week.
That's awesome.
So we were there all week. So we
Love
first night we dropped like $400
Yeah.
on bottles, and they were
Okay.
like, "Oh, these guys are ballers."
Yeah.
And they're like, our friend, his stepson was with us, and his stepson was like 22 years old, and like he had like he was like a white kid with like dreads, and he
Yeah.
was like a SoundCloud rapper. And we were like, "Oh, he's like a famous rapper. He just
Yeah.
opened for Justin Bieber." Like, and
awesome.
all the girls like, "Oh my god!" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'm his manager or whatever. This is his family." Blah blah blah. And they're like, ate it up. We bought like 8 bottles for like $400.
That's amazing.
Good times.
Remember when we wanted to buy like Iraqi dinar and go to a strip club and see how long we can get away with just making
Oh
it
my
rain in
god,
Iraqi
dude!
dinar?
We were gonna buy so much Iraqi dinar.
like $1 million Iraqi dinar for fucking
Yeah.
nothing.
And dress like Saudi princes, right? We were gonna dress like Saudi princes and just drop Iraqi dinar. And it was worth like, what was it? Like 3 cents,
know.
3 cents a dollar or something like that. Something like
it's
absurd.
Iraqi dinar is kind of expensive for
Is it?
collectability. Yeah, one's with like
What's it
Saddam
worth now?
Hussein. I don't know, but it's not cheap, and it's actually kind of hard. Like it'd be kind of
I
hard to
remember
get
we were gonna get like a pallet of Iraqi dinar.
Well, but that was the thing at the time. You could still buy.
I forgot about that.
Because
That's
that
so
was
funny.
the shady pitch that Iraqi dinar was going to come back. So at the time, you could. There was a surplus
but at the time,
of dinar.
they weren't even using it as their currency because they were using the Kuwait dinar.
Yes, there was a whole pitch
Yeah.
that if given to you by like a good enough Long Island salesman, would convince you to buy a lot of Iraqi dinar.
That's so funny. I
And you could
completely
get it.
forgot we were gonna do.
Yeah. I know where I could get it. Educational Coin Company in they're 20 minutes from my brother's house upstate.
Yeah.
You could get Iraqi dinar there, but you can't buy like a pallet of it. It's hard to find and it's not cheap. The one with Saddam's face on it, it's not pennies.
I think we had to like go to like TD Bank because it was like Canadian bank, and we could like get it from them. And we went in the rabbit hole. We were like really about to do it.
Yeah, there's probably a way to get it.
That's
I'm
so
sure.
funny.
I'm sure if I went to my guy up at that place, they're like the largest currency dealer in the world. I could say,
Yeah.
I need a pallet of Iraqi dinar. You
Yeah.
can find me a pallet of Iraqi dinar. But it's not going to be cheap enough that you'd want to just go throw it at strippers.
No.
No. It's not pennies.
So then we'd have to get a different currency.
Oh, there's tons of currencies. Dude, there's so many debased currency. Venezuelan currency. You could buy bricks of Venezuelan notes at coin shows. You can find that stuff. Very easy to find a pallet of like debased currency.
That's funny.
Very easy. I mean, that place that played the largest in the world, there's literally a warehouse full of debased currency.
Yeah.
Any pick a debased currency, they have it. A warehouse full of it. It's crazy.
Just swimming through it like Scrooge McDuck.
It's so cool.
That was always my like fantasy as a kid. That like entrance to like DuckTales.
Yeah.
Where it's like Scrooge McDuck just swimming through the money. I'm like, I want to do that. Just fill the room with money.
It's the same concept. So this place is an old armored car processing facility.
Yeah.
So it's like a warehouse with office space. So like they have this one room where you walk in. It's probably like 3 times the size of this, and it's an old vault room. Like the doors to get in are like almost as wide as this office is.
Yeah.
And then it's just all graded coins, old ancient coins, world coins along all the walls, and then just currency like mint. Still with the bands on them of just like every world currency, paper currency you can think of. And then the back of it's like a warehouse where they used to bring armored cars into. And it's just like the fucking in Raiders of the Lost Ark where they put the Ark of the Covenant at the end.
Yeah.
Like that, where it's just like that with just, I mean, this is, 30-foot high ceilings, just racks high, just row after row after row. And it's just every debased currency you can think of, pallets full of fucking debased world coins with a shovel in it that you literally just buy by the shovel load.
Yeah.
Old railroad bonds. I have some over there, like just old bond certificates and stuff. Like crazy, just coins everywhere. It's fucking cool. It's cool. It's like
I want to see that.
It's really cool.
Live from the
I'll take you there.
Scrooge McDuck room.
When you live upstate, it's in Highland. It's literally 15 minutes from my brother. It's so close to my brother's house.
Yeah.
I'll go there. I haven't been there in a while, and it's fucking cool.
That's awesome.
But most of the stuff is just worthless. But there's money in worthless shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, crazy. We need an old armored car processing facility, and we can record it in the vault room.
That's sick.
Yeah.
You know them well enough? Would they let us do an episode from there?
No, there's no room. This is like an episode of Hoarders, but
imagine like a microphone on the pallet of fucking money.
Just imagine what
wall-to-wall worthless currency.
The way I am, if I had an old armored car processing facility and the money to stock it, what it would look like. Just think about that.
So many things.
So many things. And it would be cooler things than like debased like Zimbabwe notes. You know what I mean?
That's
like
awesome.
It would be.
I want that.
Oh, me too. One day when we make it big with this podcast, we're worth hundreds of millions. People be like, whatever happened to Theo? Be like, he just lives in a warehouse
full of things.
He hasn't cut his hair in 6 years. He lives in a warehouse.
If I did that,
he collects his toenails.
Look like a crazy person.
I would look like a crazy. He just never lived. He
collects his toenails.
He collects his toenails. He has jars of urine. He has jars of urine everywhere.
He drinks his own pee now.
Everywhere. He doesn't even walk. He just rides around his warehouse.
Necessary because I drink my own urine.
Yeah. He just rides around on a Segway in his warehouse.
I do it anyway because it's sterile and I like the taste. Rip Torn. Shout out to him.
Rip Torn. Just driving around on a Segway like a homeless Tony Soprano in a warehouse.
With a jazzy scooter.
Yes. He lost his ability to walk from his MS, and he's a hoarder.
He's got a sick jazzy scooter.
A sick jazzy scooter and a bathrobe.
Did you see the Mercedes CEO retired?
Happened a while ago.
Yeah.
That commercial?
The BMW commercial?
Yeah. Is that a real BMW commercial?
I don't know, but it's pretty fucking awesome if it is.
I think it's AI.
It's like he doesn't have to hide it anymore.
Is that? Could you imagine like that's like once he retires, he's like he just went to
49 years of service with Mercedes. Congratulations. Now he doesn't have to hide it anymore and pulls out of the garage in a i8.
That's what he's had all along.
That according to the commercial. I think it's a good tribute and like poke at Mercedes.
Yeah, I guess. Like, I wonder if that's a real commercial or if it's just like cut and edited.
The internet might have got me again.
No, I've seen that commercial. Yeah. I've seen that. But like, is that real?
I don't know.
I wonder. Well, you wonder because like, Tiger Woods, he's and like Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey is a sponsor for Buick. You think Matthew McConaughey is driving around in a Buick in his day-to-day? He has one probably as per his contract deal to like keep a Buick in one of his homes. But like, you think him and Tiger Woods are whipping around Buicks day to day? Probably not. Right?
Yeah. So Lincoln, he doesn't drive a Lincoln.
Or
Peyton Manning was a Buick. He didn't.
One of them. No, like Tiger Woods is like a Buick. He's a good. Yeah. And I think is McConaughey Lincoln or Buick?
Lincoln.
All right, so yeah, he probably fucking pushes a Navigator. His wife's probably got a Navigator for the kids.
Listen,
okay.
The secret of reveal, they all drive Range Rovers.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because it's 100% write-off because it weighs over 6,000 pounds.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, you're telling me that, the guy from Mercedes, like he's not allowed to own a Ferrari?
I don't think so.
Really?
The CEO can never be caught driving something else. Never.
Yeah, like you, but like I'm a car enthusiast. I want a McLaren. I can't buy a McLaren.
Probably not.
Really?
Probably not.
I wonder if there is some kind of.
You need a rat hole. You got to put in somebody else's name.
Yeah, you just gotta.
It's my wife's car.
Yeah, you got like a McLaren. Yeah, you just have a McLaren in your mother's name. You know, like I don't know, like how you not like. It's just, yeah, fuck you. If you tell me for 49 years I have to just drive Mercedes all the time. I mean, Mercedes is a nice fucking car though. I love driving.
I miss my Mercedes was my favorite car.
I love driving Devin's car because it's just you get in it and you're like. They just drive like a Mercedes. They're tight, solid. It's just like a good.
I love German cars.
Yeah, all German cars. They drive so good. So good. Nothing like a German car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the Festival of Exploding Hammers?
No.
So there's a festival in Mexico every year. Yeah. And it's a tribute to the town in Mexico that they have it. And they just attach explosives to hammers. And then just hit the hammers and it goes off and like it's this festival of exploding hammers. It's fucking awesome.
What kind of explosives?
Just different explosives. Like
that will explode.
Homemade explosives to heads of hammers. And then they hit them on like an anvil and explode it. Yeah. All different.
That's
all different hammers. Sledgehammers,
so
ball peen hammers, all different hammers. Yeah, it's awesome. That's festival of exploding hammers.
Where in Mexico is that?
Juanito, I think. San Juanito.
Where's that?
Every February.
Yeah,
it's right now.
Maybe next year we should go to the festival of
live
exploding
from
hammer.
the festival of exploding hammers.
How much fun would that be,
dude? It'd be
just get
sick.
Rocked on some tequila,
all different. Look at these fucking,
and just go get some explosives and some hammers. Oh my lord! I need to go there. Drunk Mexicans exposed.
Look how close they are. Like,
bro.
How many fatalities go over this fucking massive of exploding hammers, bro? Dude, it's sick.
I wonder if that's a part of Mexico that like American tourists can just go to and like eat tacos and.
The most dangerous is the festival of exploding hammers the most dangerous festival.
Are you partaking in it? Like some guys like, Joe, you want this hammer? Like they bombing the hammer. What you want to do?
This guy's struggling.
Are you doing it? Are you gonna?
Would I do it?
I don't know if I'm partaking in the festival of exploding hammers. I would watch.
It's kind of like skydiving. Like who packed my chute? You know what I mean?
Well, no.
Who put these explosives on this hammer?
No, there's no.
How much explosive is there?
No, there's no scenario where I'm skydiving. Captain America could literally pack my chute for me. I'm not skydiving ever.
But you understand the concept, right? Like the same thing. Like how many sparklers is too many for a sparkler bomb? You know what I mean?
See, 2 packs. According to my brothers, 2 packs is you don't need 2 packs of sparklers.
Yeah.
No, but see, I like fire and explosions and pyrotechnics, so I would consider. I think it's how much tequila did I drink?
All of it.
I'm definitely hitting a fucking sledgehammer.
So
I think I'd probably do it if I had like good leather work gloves on and sunglasses. I'd probably do it. I'd smash a hammer with a little.
You hit static
because I don't understand.
You would be conducting static electric for the next week.
Is it like the? Because in my mind, like I don't think like what explodes with impact, like those snappers. You know those like snap things.
I mean, you saw the smoke cloud, so
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it like
that's a lot of snappers?
It's like a sparkler bomb, but
poppers,
like a popper bomb.
And you just don't know what kind of explosives.
A big giant
dynamite.
But dynamite
C4, like
but dynamite doesn't.
It's got to be something that doesn't burn hot enough or like blow up big enough to destroy the hammer, right? So it's like
you need something that explodes with impact,
right?
Not with like a spark.
It's like gunpowder.
Yeah, but gunpowder, you can hit gunpowder with that, like in a bullet, like you still need the primer. You know what I mean? Like you.
So maybe they just used a shit ton of primer.
I get, like because it's like the pin, like with it strikes the pin in a bullet, and that's what you have the primer, and that like if you took all the ammunition, if you took all the gunpowder out of a bullet and you struck the primer, it would still make a. You know, it would still. It's still. You know what I'm saying? Just nothing projects out of it, but it still makes a little explosion.
Right.
So I wonder, are they just making like a big primer?
I don't know. I guess next year we'll have to go and find out.
Because in my mind, I'm thinking like, you can hit a bullet with a hammer.
Bro, that's sick.
That is sick.
Exploding Hammer Festival.
Like, what did you do for February? We went to the
Festival of Exploding Hammers.
Exploding hammers, and then I had explosive diarrhea.
Then we made our own. We made our own tequila too. That's a fucking trip, right
We
there.
have a tequila company.
Yeah.
We bought a barrel
Red
of tequila.
Flag.
Red Flag tequila. We bought a barrel of aged añejo, and we're bottling it. You could do that. You can go to a tequila plant and pick your own barrel. You can do that.
I mean,
probably pretty easily.
Pretty sure that's how George Clooney got started.
And you don't need to be George Clooney. You just have a little bit of money. Anybody can go
Yeah.
pick their own tequila barrel and just get the paperwork. And then where's it going? Get a bonded warehouse. We'll get a warehouse. We'll bond it.
Yeah.
Just so we can put like a pallet of tequila in there.
Yeah.
Start our own distributorship. And we can just make tequila for us to drink exclusively. Just don't even sell it.
Yeah.
Just make our own brand. Just it's our tequila. It's only tequila we drink.
Yeah.
Just like spend $25,000, $30,000 for like
Personal consumption only.
personal consumption only. It's enough tequila for your whole entire life. You'll never drink all the
I
tequila.
really like that idea.
Buy like 2 barrels of tequila. You never have to buy tequila again. It's enough tequila forever.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
like it.
Have it in a warehouse. Like, I don't want to go to parties at their house anymore. All they have is tequila. All they have is reposado.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. Do you guys have anything other than Reposado? Get out.
No.
Get out.
Get out. But like, I spent all the money I made this year just to buy this tequila. I buy my tequila in bulk.
I got a question for you. Do you drink Reposado tequila? Not really. Wrong answer. Get out.
Do you have Pinot Noir? No.
Yeah. Hope
How
you like
about-
Reposado tequila because that's all we got.
How about Vat? No.
Yeah. You want a drink? Yeah. I'll make it. Don't worry.
Yeah, have a spike set? No.
No.
No. You're just like, oh, spike seltzer. Okay. You just give them Reposado
Tequila.
on the rocks.
Yeah.
They-
Yeah. Do you have any mixers? No.
You just take like a proper drink order from everybody, like 7 different people, and you just
Reposado
just
tequilas.
8 Reposados neat with 2 ice cubes in each of them.
I mean, those are the
what
only
is
type
that?
of people I want to hang out with anyway.
Like, this isn't a mojito, is it? Yeah, it's a mojito.
yeah.
It's a mojito.
It was like old back in the day bartending when people asked for stupid things. You'd be making
put like a mint
an
leaf in there.
annoying drink, and someone would be like, "Oh, what's that?" And you're like, "It's a Heineken."
You ever do the? I did this once. I actually felt bad, but this guy was so drunk and such a douchebag. The
Bar mat?
the bar mat shot.
Yeah,
dude. I'll never forget the face he made when he took it down. He took it down. He was just like, "Ugh," and he didn't throw up. It was fucking nasty.
Back in the day,
It's not that nasty. It's just like various alcohols and like it's probably more mixers and stuff. I mean, I was a clean bar. I didn't get it's not
those
that
were the
nasty.
best days, like back in the day at Murph's when like Mike was the bartender.
Mm.
And we used to like just like a random when they announced that there was antifreeze and Fireball, and like you know, if you drank enough of it, you could like have to like call poison control or whatever. And we like tried to drink as much Fireball until we would both. He's like, whoever dies first wins. But like one time I went there and he's like, we're gonna do a shot of every single liquor behind the bar, and like we got to like the liqueurs. There was like, I can't do anymore. It was like curacao and like fucking.
Because that's when you'll get
like,
sick.
disgusting.
That's when you'll get
disgusting.
sick.
Like
You start cream to cocoa.
yeah, and
Blue,
like
blue curacao,
ugh,
peppermint
it got
schnapps.
bad. Peppermint,
Yeah.
I like peppermint schnapps.
Yeah, but
like
there's
Rumplemint's.
just
I
those like
that.
crusty bottles at the bottom of
Yeah,
every
yeah.
bar that like never get used. It's
Or
like
cream
cream to mint.
Cynar.
I don't know.
The CYANAR Cyanar or whatever.
I don't
it's
know.
like a red liquor, but it's like really. It's like kind of tastes like Fernet. Anyway,
Okay.
it's horrible. But yeah, we got to like that shelf, and I was like, I can't do anymore.
I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done. The good old days.
Gross. I used to love working in bars and nightclubs. It was so much fun when I was like in my 20s and I like to be sociable. You know, I always say like bartending is a good skill to have because you can always get a job bartending.
Yeah,
But I don't think I'd want to be.
physically, I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
With my back and my hip, like
I physically couldn't
I just
actually.
feel like an old person saying that, but it's true. Like
No, I can't.
the demand is just too much.
My back and hip, I couldn't actually stand. Like I'll cook when I cook for like I cook up for like a bunch of people like every other week, a couple hours on my feet, like just cooking. My back, I feel dead. I couldn't do it, but I miss it. It was fun. Bartending was a good time. I just don't like people anymore either like that. And bartending like requires a certain amount of dick sucking. that I certainly do not have in me anymore. That's the thing. Because like I don't want to say like I'm rude. I say fuck you to everybody. I just talk to people like the shit because I'm very respectful.
But you could though. That's the difference of being a bar. Like in like
I can do it
in the service industry, right?
No, you can.
The difference between being like a server and being a bartender is you have control.
Yes.
As a server, you have no control.
It's different. People, you need to be nice.
You have to be nice.
You need to be nice to the bartender.
I don't serve you.
You don't need to really be nice to your server.
No,
you got to be nice to the bartender.
Right.
You have to.
Yeah.
But still though, you still like I used to bartend at Nick and Tony's.
Yeah.
Like it depends.
Well, that's like fine dining.
It depends where you bartend.
See, I'm a dive bar bartender.
Yeah,
I'm not a fancy restaurant bartender.
Yeah, there's like a different. It depends where you bartend. Like
I have the perfect surliness for a dive bar.
Yeah, you can still be a little on the edge, but you need to like, I bartend at like hotels too.
Yeah.
That's like a thing. Like you gotta keep it kind of PC, but you can, people still don't fuck with the bartender.
Right.
It'd be the same thing. People would like fuck with the cocktail servers.
Yeah.
And when I bartended at the Westin,
never mess with the bartender.
Dude, people would practically suck our dicks.
Yeah.
When I bartended at the Westin, because then we were all piped into every club, all the strip clubs.
Yep.
And everybody would want, where do we go? Can you get us this? Dude, Uptown Cabaret, they would give us the promo where you would give cards for free admission to people, and they would give you $1 for every card that they would give you. Bro, they used to bring me envelopes like this thick at Uptown.
That's awesome.
They loved me. I would go and they'd be like, oh, because everybody, I would, go to Uptown, go to Uptown, go to Uptown. That was the time.
It closed.
The bar, did it?
Yeah.
Really?
They're like,
I wasn't there too long ago. It was still there. They like redid it.
It's either closing
it was huge
very soon or it just closed last year because they're
gonna put like an apartment there.
Yeah.
It's a huge lot. Yeah, I mean it's like now
the high rise or something.
Yeah, the way they built up Charlotte too, it literally just must just be this little building surrounded by like apartments and the city.
So the land became way more valuable than the club.
Yeah, than operating a strip club, I'm sure. It's like fuck this shit. The last time I was there for that bachelor party, that was 4 years ago, 5 years ago. They had like redid it. It was like 3 times the size. It was huge.
Yeah, I remember because a friend of mine was just there like 6 months ago in Charlotte, and he's like, what was the name of that that strip club that you guys used to go to? And I was like, well, there's 2. It was like the Gentleman's Club and Uptown Cabaret. It's
really Uptown because that was the easiest one to get to. It was like right in downtown.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
And he was like, and I forget what he said. He's like, it was either closing or it just closed or something like that. I don't really remember.
That sucks because there's no like strip clubs.
I mean, there's probably more now.
I don't think so, dude.
No?
I think it's probably pretty much the same. Like the men's club's probably still there. Twin Peaks.
We were there at like such a perfect time when like the Breakfast Club was there, and like
cool.
Dixie's and like Grand Central and like Home. When I worked at Home, like that was cool.
Yeah.
Is Phil's still there? That's got to still be there, right?
I think they are.
Like Ricky Prohl's.
Re-Ra's still there. Like a lot of those bars are still there, but
are all those guys still there?
A lot of them.
Smacky and all them.
Yeah, I think he does like real estate now, though. I don't think he's in clubs anymore. I don't think he's in the bar business anymore. BMG Bar Management Group.
I feel like you guys did it right. That was like the perfect place to like have your 20s.
It was an awesome,
like early 20s.
So, listen, compare like we grew up on Long Island. You could either moved out to a city or you stayed in the Hamptons, which sucks.
Yeah,
winters in the Hamptons. I would have just been smoking weed, being a fucking loser with somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing to do. Like, why not move to Charlotte? It was a young city. It was popping. There's so many young people down there. It was such a fun. You could go out to Charlotte 7 days a week. Does it Tuesday? Oh, so and so's doing this on Tuesday. It's this night. It's like shot special, industry night. But there was every single night of the week there was something to do. It was so much fun. Charlotte's still a fun city. It is like it's
just much bigger.
It's Yeah, they expanded it out, but I mean the downtown like Trade and Tryon is still like that's the same, but it's just widened out for the people. But it's still a cool city if like that's your scene. If you like sports, entertainment.
Like the shop that Henry worked at, that whole area is completely different, right?
Yeah, it's complete. I didn't go that deep. Black Sheep, not Black Sheep. No, it was next to Black Sheep. Niche. Yeah. Black Sheep's still there. They've gotten huge since then.
I still follow them on Instagram.
Yeah,
same. Cool shit.
It's cool shit.
I still have that skateboard deck from them. It's awesome.
It's definitely a cool city.
Yeah.
But like that's got to be your thing. Like, oh, I'm into drinking all the time and like this and like it's cool. If that's what you're into, It's cool, man. Well, you don't need to drink all the time. There's plenty of shit to do in Charlotte. I mean, I wouldn't even talk shit about Charlotte. It's a great place. Good food. A lot of fun stuff to do down there. Near like a lot of beautiful parts of the South. I like Charlotte.
Yeah.
I just don't think I'd have any interest in like living there now.
Yeah.
I'd want to be close. That's my only issue with Charlotte is that it's not a coastal city.
Yeah.
They're not near the water.
Yeah.
The closest thing are like Lake Norman.
Yeah.
That ain't doing it for me.
Yeah.
I don't like lakes.
Yeah.
I would go down to like closer to Charleston.
Yeah.
Maybe Savannah.
Savannah's a good city.
Savannah's a great city. Love Savannah, man. Love Savannah. A lot of good, even Myrtle, parts of Myrtle, Wilmington, like there's good southern cities near the coast. But I didn't realize how much I missed being near the ocean. Yeah. Until like I moved there and then I would come visit.
Yeah.
And I'm still here. I live so close to the water where I am now. I never fucking go to the water. I'm such an asshole. Like every now and then I'll go eat a bacon, egg, and cheese at the dock.
Yeah.
You know, like that rarely, you know, summertime more often than not. But like, I like having that something about being landlocked. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's just weird. You feel like there's no escape.
Yeah.
You know, it's just very like, ugh, I don't know. Charlotte's cool. I like it. I like the South. I'm a big fan of the South.
I like the South. I like the South a lot. I love Charlotte, honestly. Like that city I loved. Like it was great.
Yeah. But yeah, awesome time that we were down there because like everything started getting built up and like every few months there'd be like another big bar, like a big club coming in and like people were trying new concepts because it was a cool up and coming city. So there was like a lot of fun.
That place was wild back in the day.
Wild, bro.
It's like thinking about like when you're young and stupid and you don't realize like what's the scariest situation that you've ever been in at the time you didn't know was scary?
I had a gun pulled on me a few times when I lived in Charlotte.
Right. That's like
real
you don't
deal,
think
like
I had a knife pulled on me in a fist fight and like I still fought.
Yeah.
Like shit like that where like you don't realize how like dangerous or like scary the situation. There was like someone tried to rob me in the subway and I didn't realize they were trying to rob me.
Yeah.
And like just kind of kept walking. Like
I had a couple. I remember when I was like within the first like 6 months of being down in the Carolinas, and I was young, like 19. It's like, you know, when you're 19, you think you're a lot tougher than you are.
Yeah.
And then like you're 19 and you're from New York and you're in Charlotte, so you think you're super fucking tough because you're a 19. Yeah, I'm from fucking New York, bro. Yeah, I'm from New York. You know, like you're tough.
That fast talking accent.
That fast talking accent
intimidates a lot of people.
And we were, I was hanging out with this girl. We were all because she was part of the group. Kelly, this girl Kelly. You remember her?
Yeah, I know Kelly.
And we're like in her car hanging out, waiting for one of our friends to get out of work. We're picking her up. And we're in her car in a parking lot in Charlotte. And like these two kids, like these southern kids come up, a boy and a girl, like boyfriend, girlfriend, they come up to us in like knocking on the window. I'm like, can I help you? Like, oh my God, can you please let us get in your car, please? Right now, there's a man in, he has a gun. He's trying to, we're so scared. Like they were terrified, right? So we're like, all right, get in the car. These two kids get in the car. The kids, they're our age.
Yeah.
Get in the back of a Mustang. I had to get out, let him open up the seat. Yeah.
Most inconvenient like fucking car to try to escape in.
Like literally like, just so
really,
bad.
guy, I got to get out and let you in.
This is so bad. And then this bum, we're just talking, and then this bum, like, I was like, oh, you guys aren't not used to homeless people? They're like, no, like these are like good kids. Probably going to school. Like they never seen a black man, let alone a homeless person, right? And then the bum comes up, knocks on the window. And I rolled down like that. He's like, oh my God, that's the guy. And I rolled down the window. I'm like, what's up? And he's like, oh man, there's something about a gun. I was like, you got a gun on you? And I was like, I'll buy it from you right now. Dude, I was like 18 years old, 19. I was like, I'll buy that gun from you. I'll give you $20 for it right now. And you see the gun. And he's just like, I'm like, you don't have a gun on you, do you? He goes, no, man, I don't. I was like, why would you lie to me about having a gun? I wanted to buy your gun. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. And I gave him $5 and I rolled the one. I'm like, go fuck off. And these kids.
Imagine.
And I looked in the back and these two kids are just like,
yeah.
And the guy's like, yeah. I was like, can you let us out of the car? He's like, I think you're the craziest human being I ever met in my life.
You must be from New York.
Yo, these guys like bugged out. And I'm like, yeah, it should have been a scary situation.
Yeah.
And I was more pissed because I would have bought this guy's pistol for 20. If this guy pulled out a fucking a little deuce, I would have bought his fucking gun for $20.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't have a gun?
Right.
And the guy looked disappointed because he's like, damn, man, I wish I had a gun. Like tons of shit.
Yeah.
Legitimately had a gun pulled on me multiple times. The wildest one was my fucking neighbor.
Oh, when our roommates tried to not pay the taxi.
Yeah.
And tried to skip the taxi 2 houses down from the house. Like
not even barely. Barely
like
2
one
houses.
house.
It's like it was in front of our fucking neighbor's house.
Like you got to go a block over. You got to do it right in front of the house.
Fucking right in front of the house.
Chain snatched by the taxi driver.
Came in. I thought they were like going to. I go out to like see what's happening, and my neighbor points a shotgun at me, and this guy was unhinged. I'm pretty sure my neighbor smoked meth.
Right?
The red dot, bro. Like, I was like, bro, are you kidding me right now? And then I got a gun pulled to me again that same weekend because it was a CIAA basketball tournament weekend.
You told that story. Yeah.
I told that story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a gun pulled me a couple times.
I shook hands with a serial killer. He's on the cover of Newsday today because there was 2,800 people called in to give him credible information about him. 2,800 separate calls.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's nobody's fault. How do you sift through that? At 2,800, they probably had fucking 8,000 calls that were just bullshit. You know how much bullshit calls
but they probably had a million calls, but how many of them named the same person?
Well, they were just 2,800 calls of people being like, oh, this guy's fucking weird.
Yeah, I heard some weird saw sounds in the basement.
Yeah, but how 2,800
windows taped?
It's not 2,800 people.
It's 2,800 separate calls.
From how many different people, though?
I don't know.
Not 2,800.
I don't know.
There's no way that guy...
Seems like a large number.
There's no way that guy had made almost 3,000 people believe he was a serial killer. It's probably like 2,800 calls from like
if he made
a handful of people.
If 28, let's say, because of where he was and where his job was in the city, how many people he interacted with or saw on a daily basis, let's say it was 2,800 separate people, right? For instance. But he probably interacted with 300,000 people over the course of the 10-year, 15-year investigation.
It's a lot of people, bro.
Probably there's 3 million people in New York.
Yeah, but interact. How many people do you interact with?
Me, nobody.
You walk past,
but I don't have
I
don't have a job that I'm front facing in Manhattan. I'm not part of a business networking group. I'm not part of I'm not doing all of this other shit. You know? What I mean?
So you think somewhere across the years, someone's had the same opinion, be like, so and so,
that guy's fucking weird.
Is he just like a little weird? Like he could be a serial killer or something.
Don't you get the creeps from that guy when he holds the handshake for too long?
Like something about him, I just feel like he has a murder dungeon in his basement.
Yeah, something about that guy. You just know he kills prostitutes.
They've been talking about the Gilgo Beach killer for years. Be like, who I could see that being?
Rex.
Rex. I could see him.
The guy, right? He's kind of big and super awkward.
Yeah, he does. He works in the. He works in the.
He's an architect.
He's an architect. Does like the apartment. I could see him being that guy who's killing hookers.
Yeah.
Lo and behold.
Yeah. All he talks to me about is the foundation footings. How good of you can hide stuff there. I don't understand.
He always says something off-colored when they're pouring foundations.
Inappropriately. Yeah.
Whenever they're digging holes or filling them in, he's always saying something off-colored.
Yeah, you know how many times he's told me he misses Times Square in the 90s? Like, I don't understand.
You know, Tommy said, I really miss the days when you could kill a prostitute in an alleyway.
And nobody cared.
And now it's, I remember when you could kill a prostitute
Social media's ruined everything.
Yeah, you used to be able to kill gay hookers in that alleyway. Now it's an M&M store. Now it's a Jekyll and Hyde.
That's terrible.
I jerked the twink off to death over there at that time.
Bubblegum shrimp. If you knew what was in that basement.
You knew what I used to do in the glory hole at what is now a fucking Margaritaville.
It's terrible.
Oh, it's terrible. I was thinking that too, because I was, we're in Times Square on Broadway.
Yeah.
The moral of the story is just don't do things with kids because it's just not really that enjoyable.
Yeah, yeah.
When you're done, you're hungry. Now you got to do something immediately.
Yeah.
You can't really get 6 kids down to Chinatown to go to Peking Duck House, to go to the dumpling spot down. You can't do it. You're like, we got to eat. Yeah. So where are we? We're in fucking Times Square.
Yeah. Where'd you go? Hard Rock?
A Brooklyn-style deli in the heart of Times Square. I wish I went
Bodega?
No, it was one of those places like Brooklyn-style pastrami.
Oh, like Cat. It was like a rip-off Cat's Deli or something?
Yes, in Times Square.
Yeah, yeah.
I should have went to Hard Rock. It probably would have been better.
Do you know how expensive Katz's Deli is? Not to change the subject.
I don't know, but this was $200 for like
6 sandwiches.
I had heartburn for fucking. It was a Brooklyn style deli. They didn't even have cream soda. They gave me flat Coca-Cola. I got a pastrami sandwich. I had heartburn for 2 days.
Yikes.
The kids got waffles. Waffles were trash. Everything was trash. Awful food. But like
Times Square.
Like
Pushing out fucking.
that's what you get.
Ugh.
Like that's what you get when you go to Times Square.
Yeah.
It sucked.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
terrible.
myself, Times Square used to be so much cooler.
Did it?
Back in the day, it was seedier.
When it was dirtier?
It was dirtier.
More porn stores and R-rated videos.
Yeah, now it's like
Now it's just
gypsies
gross.
dressed up as fucking Elmo trying to sell you Polaroid photos.
And the costume's just dirty enough that
Dirty.
you don't want your kids to go anywhere near it.
Fuck off. They came up to us.
So
and the
why
one,
are your knees so worn away?
Devin's niece was the one comes up to us. Devin's niece is just like immediately no, no, immediately no, immediately no.
Keep it moving.
Yeah, like it's just I was like, you're so funny.
Keep it moving, creep.
You fucking migrant, you Nigerian migrant, just dressed as Cookie Monster, fucking Cookie Monster.
Yeah. Ew.
Why do you look like an emaciated Cookie? You look like an anorexic. The guy looked like
What
an
kind of cookies
anorexic.
you been eating?
He looked like an anorexic Cookie Monster. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
It was disgusting. His eyeballs were not to scale.
Good old Times Square.
Good old Times Square. Yeah.
I pitch you my movie idea.
No. What's the movie idea?
You ready?
Love it.
You remember? Okay, I'm gonna pitch you a whole movie.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna set the stage, but there's a variation of ways it could go.
Could be a sequel.
No. There's just like, okay. You remember the movie with Joe Pesci, The Super?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's rich.
He's a slumlord.
Right, slumlord, and he's inheriting, and he gets like court ordered to
live in it,
and be the super, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. And remember the Michael J. Fox movie, like Secret to My Success, where like he's like just
No.
graduates college, and he like goes to work for his uncle in the mailroom of like
Okay.
this big business, and then like pretends to be this guy.
Okay.
And like and it's like a VP job, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. My movie idea. Okay. Like basically a down on his luck finance guy.
Okay.
Right? Lies on his resume and finds a job on a job posting on like Craigslist for like a live-in super
Yeah.
in like a luxury building that comes with like this crazy apartment.
Yeah.
And he lies on his resume to get the job.
Okay.
Right? So it could go one of two ways. It could just be a strict comedy, or it could be like a rom-com where he like
Yeah.
falls in love with the girl that lives in the building, but like
Yeah.
doesn't want her to know it's a super.
Yeah.
So he like spends like half of his salary, like he just wants the apartment. So half of
Yeah.
his salary goes towards like hiring people to like do the work, so he never has to do the work.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
people in the building don't really know that he's like the super.
Yeah.
Or like he's doing the work until like he like, you know, it's funny because he's like trying to get his life back together and he just wants the apartment, but he's like doing the work, falls in love with the girl, but the girl doesn't know that he's like the super.
Yeah.
Until like the end where like she like something breaks and he has to go fix it or whatever. And she's
Yeah.
like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "This is where you live," like whatever. Yeah.
I like that concept.
That's a great idea.
I think
for
it's
a
a
movie.
great. I see it. It's Matthew McConaughey. He's
I
the
was gonna
down,
say Ryan Gosling.
or Ryan Gosling. Yeah, it's Ryan Gosling. He's the down on his luck finance guy.
Right.
He takes a job as a super, but I don't think
I would say that like
I don't think he needs to lie about it on the resume. If it's like a comedy,
Yeah.
then he needs to lie about it to the girl. If it's a romantic comedy,
so he could be like
she falls in love with him because she's like a trust funder. She thinks he's this nice blue collar guy, and at the end she finds out he's just a finance douchebag.
and then he gets like So like my
'Cause
idea
he can't actually
my
fix
idea is
anything.
like he has like a hedge fund, right? And like it goes like belly up.
Yeah.
So he like loses everything.
They're
so he's
selling
like,
he got a pre-IPO
pre-IPO
scam.
shop, yeah.
He's got a pre-IPO
so
scam
he
going
loses
on.
everything and he's like down on his luck and he just happens to see like this like crazy job offer that
Yeah.
you know, and he applies for it, whatever. Where he like lies on his resume. The other portion of it is like his boss catches on that he's like paying somebody else to do the work.
Yeah.
And like eventually like, you know, he like
it.
he like is like trying to restart his life, meets a girl, falls in love with her, and then like at the end he like relaunches his like career and like
Turns out she's an heiress to like an oil tycoon.
something like that.
But
I think
you got
I think there's legs in that movie.
you got to throw the 2024 twist in it.
Yeah.
The girl he falls in love with
No.
actually has a penis. He falls in love with a
Dylan Mulvaney.
yeah. He falls in love with Jeffree Star.
Yeah, Jeffree Star.
you know, and he's like,
I mean, they would pay for that movie right now.
and Jeffree Star whips it out at the end and he goes, gotta pay the rent. Credits.
Yeah. So the super.
I like that.
That has legs. I think that
has legs,
bro. Every week we're gonna make up a new movie.
I still think the someone actually needs, like, Ridley
Mussolini's
Scott needs to make a Mussolini movie. I want to see that movie with Joaquin Phoenix playing Mussolini.
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio is the young pope.
Yes. Well, Mussolini probably wasn't old during. How old was he probably during all that? 40s.
How old
was like Hitler during?
I gotta look up his trading card.
Hitler was like 36.
In his 30s, yeah.
Yeah, he's like 37.
Yeah.
Could you imagine being our age just being Hitler or Mussolini?
The Fuhrer?
Just being the Fuhrer, just being fucking totally unhinged on like methamphetamines. Wild.
Wow.
Stealing all the things.
Yeah. Bro, 2 gold mine movies.
Gold mine movies.
Yeah. Come talk to us, Hollywood.
But they just don't make movies anymore. Like they just don't really. Do they make movies? I feel like they're just not going to make movies.
They
in
still
like 20
make
years.
like new idea movies. They're just remaking shit.
I feel like they're just not actually going to make movies in like 20 years. Not even. Probably in 10 years.
Just
They're
making
not
like
going to make movies.
stream quality movies. That's why.
Shit.
Even like
Who knew Steven Seagal was ahead of his time, just making a bunch of shitty low budget movies?
that he wrote, directed, and starred in.
Yeah, made $1 million every movie. Just
That's
make $1
that
million
funny
bucks.
story where he hired like some like one of the best screenwriters to like write Under Siege 2.
Yeah.
And like he made the guy wait for like 3 hours, and he like came in and he's like, I just read the most amazing script I've ever read in my life. And he goes, oh really? He goes, who wrote it? He goes, I did.
Steven Seagal's like if Donald Trump was an action star, right?
That's a good one. That's a good fake. That's a great fake, actually. Yeah.
There's a movie.
Yeah.
Donald Trump plays a disgraced mayor of a small town and then has to stop an invasion by like Ukrainian terrorists.
What's that movie with like Ray Romano where he like runs for mayor of like a small town and like the former vice president of the country like runs against him because he like welcome to Mooseport.
Welcome to Mooseport. Yes. Who played the vice president?
Gene Hackman.
Yes. 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 That movie's good. And I fucking hate Ray Romano. I hate Ray Romano.
So he's like, yeah, he's like, nobody wanted to run, so I figured I run. And like just so happens the vice president like moves into the fucking town.
Yeah, welcome to Mooseport. And Gene Hackman's got like the hot like politician wife. And she's like, honey, just take it easy. Yeah. Great movies.
Yeah.
Miss my calling. See, maybe if I moved to California, I could have gotten to production film.
Bro, start writing the super. I have another movie that I made up like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
That is a fucking home run as well. I'll pitch that one next episode.
Save it.
Next
Save
episode.
It. And on that
note, cue the Calypso.
Bye, guys.
Like, follow, share.